show in the room.
Okay.
Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Yes, we are fresh and back from our vacation.
Yes, it was a great time. I got to
amazing family time.
Grandpa's taxi service to school and to
Yes.
soccer, and
Yes.
yeah, it was awesome. So
fun.
but
So
good
fun.
to be back and
Got to hang out with the kids and
Yeah, did some hikes through the forest. Hikes are a lot different in Virginia than they are here, but it was beautiful. All right, let's get rolling. We got a lot of information to cover. Please like and subscribe so we can continue to grow our viewership.
Yeah, I didn't check today, but we did have 141 subscribers last I checked.
Nice.
974 views in the last 28 days.
Okay, let's keep moving towards 200.
Good deal.
Am I the only one with a joke today?
No, I have one.
Oh, go for it.
I have one. So, a car's weakest part is the nut holding the steering wheel.
Isn't that the truth?
I thought so.
All right, gotta love the irony of a generation raised on making prank phone calls only to be terrorized by daily robocalls now.
Oh my goodness, I did not make that karma connection, but yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I tried to only do people I knew most of the time.
You got Prince Albert in a can?
Is your refrigerator running?
You better let him out.
Yeah, we did all those.
Goodness.
We did all those.
All right.
All right, hit us with some history, will
Yeah,
ya?
real quick, a little bit of history going on this week. 1947.
Godspeed the Queen as well.
Yes, the Queen has passed and her official burial was yesterday.
Yes.
So. God bless the King.
God bless the King for sure.
Okay, 1947, the Air Force is established as a separate U.S. military branch on September 18th. Julie and I are both children of career Air Force men. So
Air Force brats.
Thank you for your service, fathers.
Yes.
1927, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
CBS.
Thank you. Debuts September 18th over 16 radio stations.
I didn't realize the C stood for Columbia.
I did not either.
We'll have to figure that one out, but that's...
I'm trying to remember what I thought it was, but now I can't remember that either. So, anyway. Communication, maybe? I might have thought it was communication broadcasting.
Central. I thought Central.
Or Central,
yeah,
something, not Columbia.
Columbia.
Okay, 1862, the Emancipation Proclamation of September 22nd orders all slaves freed by January 1st, 1863.
Thank you, Abraham Lincoln.
Of course, a lot of them had nowhere to go, so many of them stayed on. Anyway, it was a very important day in our history.
It was, yeah.
1851, on September 18th, the first issue of the New York Times is published. Finally, 1806, after 2 years, the Lewis and Clark expedition returned September 23rd to St. Louis, Missouri.
Yep.
So that's a little history for you this week. Moving on.
I heard, something along those lines, not to quickly derail here, but there is some of the riverboat cruises here in the United States are doing a little bit of I think it's a Lewis and Clark expedition kind of thing. Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
I didn't know there were rivers that would accommodate
somewhat, yeah. I didn't either.
Boat that size.
I heard a little bit of it. I didn't get to look into it, but
that'll be worth exploring.
Yeah.
Okay, housing news. As I'm sure everybody heard, unless you've been under a rock, mortgage rates have spiked.
They did.
Mortgage rates jumped significantly higher after August. Inflation rates came in hot. They were hoping for a much better result, and it was actually higher, not lower.
Right.
Worrying investors that the Federal Reserve might hike rates more than expected at its meeting this week. They were hoping for maybe no more than 0.5%, but it's pretty obvious now that it's probably going to be a full point.
Yeah.
Mortgage interest rates, which eased somewhat this summer, are already nearly double a year ago. And we're going to touch base on that multiple times throughout the stat report.
Yep.
The Fed does meet tomorrow, and again, we're expecting a full point increase. We'll see what they actually come out with. Purchases eked out a gain. Purchase loan applications gained 0.2% last week, but were 29% lower than last year. So, yes, we saw just a light tick up, but this is a clear indication buyers are still backing off and waiting. Another indication, buyers back out. Roughly 16.1% of purchase agreements fell through in July, totaling about 63,000 contracts, and that's on new construction.
Oh, that's new construction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
that's total purchase agreements, not just new construction, total purchase agreements.
I don't know that I think we had some in our group, but I don't think that we had any.
Managed to escape that, but
we did, yeah.
We are seeing it.
Yeah, it's going on for sure. So
the highest percentage on record, except March and April of 2020. That was when the onset of the coronavirus pandemic brought the home purchase market to a near standstill.
Oh, okay.
So we had like a 60-day period there where housing just shut down. There was, I remember, showings just stopped completely, and
there were a ton of cancellations then too, because
a lot of cancellations.
Didn't know what the heck was going on.
People were going, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting tight. So real estate basically just stopped for that 2-month period.
Right. So.
Okay, economic news. Inflation rides again. The nation's consumer price index,
CPI.
Thank you. Rose to an annual rate of 8.3 in August as higher costs for food and shelter offset declining gas prices. So it was actually up 0.1 in spite of the Fed's previous increases to the Fed rate. It actually still increased by 0.1. So that was horrible news for the economy.
Right.
Retail sales increased 0.3% in August, due primarily to 2.8% jump in sales of motor vehicles. People are buying cars and parts. They're also hanging on to their vehicles and buying parts for them. So without the auto sales, retail spending was actually down 0.3.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about, we like the bells and whistles of the newer vehicles, the backup cameras and those kinds of things, the fuel efficiency. So, and I've seen some prices that aren't that bad. It seemed like prices were really bad there for a little while for new vehicles, and I wouldn't necessarily buy a brand new vehicle, but anyway. The prices that I'm seeing now, either I'm already, out
of touch,
already used to the higher prices, so I'm seeing these prices going,
you're
that's not that bad.
You're acclimated. It's like gas. You say, look at that, $3.99, and you go, wait a minute, that's not good.
This is still bad. Yeah. Anyway,
okay. Industrial production, overall gauge of output in the manufacturing, utility, and mining sector declined 0.2% in August. This is a big one because suggesting COVID lockdowns in China and the energy crisis in Europe is beginning to weigh on U.S. manufacturing, often an important indicator of recession.
Yeah, we rely heavily on China, and they continue to lock down, and that's affecting our imports from China. So.
All right, so we will buzz through the stat report so that this isn't overly long.
By the way, we're doing the stat report.
Yes, I should have mentioned that earlier. Yeah. We are doing the stat report this week.
Yep, surprise.
Sales are up 2.9% month over month. Okay. However, they are down 28.8% year over year. So significantly over 25%.
Things are definitely still selling, but at a slower pace than they were year over year.
Right.
Okay.
New inventory month over month increased, actually decreased 9.1%. Which is great. However, the month-over-month increased 5.2%, and the year-over-year 88.8%. Yeah. Inventory has just
Gee whiz.
huge.
Wow. Okay.
Month supply of inventory. You remember we were talking under 1%. It doesn't seem like that long ago, beginning of the year.
1 month? Yeah.
We're up now to 3.56% of inventory. So that is definitely
we're looking at 4 months inventory.
That's definitely into that balanced market scenario.
Yeah.
So again, appreciation. Again, remember we started at 28% at the beginning of the year.
We got to stop talking.
Insane.
We got to stop talking about
white heat, whatever you want to call it, unsustainable.
Right.
So we have trickled down, and we're now down to 11.9%. So you still...
That's still an increase.
That's still an appreciation. You're experiencing appreciation, but you're just not experiencing the out-of-control, unsustainable rate that we had at the beginning of the
stage. Still going to be okay.
Well, here it is. A slight decrease is forecast in September for both average and median sales price.
Okay.
So, I think it's 1.1%. Days on market went way up, so it's taking.
We are feeling that.
Yeah. 42 days on market. That's up 13 days year over year. So it's definitely taking longer to sell your home, so sellers, be patient.
It's usually a slow time in the market right now, and then we pick up a little bit right about now until the holidays, and then holidays kind of lull. It can be hit or miss.
People don't.
But yeah, things are definitely slow. So.
Yeah, except Active Adult Trilogy. Get ready. Okay, so the commentary by Tom Ruff from the Information Market. He's the one that produces a stat report for us, and we're very grateful for his efforts every month.
Yeah, we are.
So, in an interview with USA Today, while talking about his movies, Al Pacino admitted there's no real need to go back. I've seen it. I know what it is. If it's good, I feel lucky. If it's not, it's something I try to forget. Strangely enough, that's exactly how I feel when writing the stat report. But this month is different because at this time I'm compelled to review last year's August and September reports. If you recall, Wall Street was dominating our market this time of year. That's the iBuyers, the institutional buyers, flippers.
They're just buying up everything they could.
Companies that are on Wall Street, the Zillows. The iBuyers and institutional buyers were like a swarm of locusts consuming every home they could acquire while battling each other, with Zillow shouting at the others, "Hold my beer!" In August last year, Wall Street accounted for 1,757 home purchases in the 250,000 to 500,000 price range. This year, their combined purchases 601.
Woo!
66% decrease. Zillow is no longer in the iBuyer business.
Right.
They are basically shut that division down.
Right.
And I heard today that from our team, so I got to confirm it, but it was a reliable source, that OfferPad has canceled all of their contracts.
Oh my.
So,
that is big news.
You remember, was it Open Door that did it during the pandemic, or was it OfferPad then too?
Well, it was Zillow and I believe OfferPad. Yeah, I believe OfferPad.
So anyway, that's big news and very bad news for folks that were under contract with OfferPad.
Stay tuned for more.
Julia will have a graph that she will plug into this that'll show you that substantial decline that has taken place.
Right.
Okay, so sales volumes down 28.8% year over year. We've reiterated that. In August, we saw a year-over-year drop in the Wall Street numbers. We just talked about that. And sales volume declined across the board. So it was also small rental investors, wholesalers, flippers, traditional home buyers. Everybody saw a decline year over year. It wasn't one particular segment. The one bright spot was the rise in new constructions. Newly built home sales were up 7.7% year over year. So that's good news. little bit of a silver lining.
We've get daily text saying, "Hey, we know you're a realtor. Do you have any off-market homes to sell?" We're like, "Well, I've got this one on the market, that you can look at." They're like, "Oh no, we don't want that one."
Right.
So they're being really choosy.
Yeah,
really,
they're what they're willing to pay has dropped significantly.
Right. So.
Okay, so supply has increased 5.2%. As demand fell, the number of homes for sale continued to rise. However, the rate of increase has slowed. And Julia can show you this chart too. It is definitely, you can see it's plateauing and we're starting to level off. So that's a little bit of good news on the inventory side for...
There's an increase, but it's not much of an increase.
Right, exactly. Okay, our market is best defined as balanced. And we're going to review probably, I don't know if it's next week, but the next week we'll do the Cromford report with Tina Tambier.
I haven't seen that come across yet, but it should be soon.
I'm sure that the Cromford index will be balanced. I'll be surprised if it's not flat. So so sales prices were down 1.9% month over month as expected. The median sales price fell 1.9% in August. In September, we're projecting another drop of 1.1%, as we talked about earlier. So, but he does quantify that with the rate of decline in pricing is beginning to moderate.
Right.
So, all right, so that's basically the report and the meat and potatoes of it. If you'd like to see this entire report, just let us know. We'll be happy to send it to you.
Send it to you, yeah. It's really not that long, honestly. There's a lot of
I don't know, 14 pages.
And stuff,
there's a lot of graphs and stuff, and 14
a little bit of commentary.
So. All right, so we'll see. Wednesday will be a big day with the Fed, and we'll see what that does for interest rates, and we'll have that report for you next week.
Yes.
All right, moving on. So since we've been gone for 3 weeks, this comparison will be a little bit more interesting in that it's a longer period of time. So for the Valley, interest rates. Let's go to interest rates. Sorry. 30-year rose from 5.701, again this is back August 30th, to 6.252. 15-year, went 4.926 up to 5.758, and the VA has risen from 5.25 to the 5.912. I forgot to write down the 7-year arm. It was 5.25.
Sorry. I think you said it was similar to the 30-year.
Oh, it's gone up to 6.252. Or in that range.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay, we'll have that firmed up for you next week. I apologize. I didn't write it down before I got on.
Yeah.
Okay, inventory valley-wide, 18,820 was where we were at August 30th. Today we're at 19,397. So
definitely
up about 1,000, and about gaining about 300 every week.
Not quite 1,000. No, that's more like.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's 600 roughly. So
so that's not.
Now about 200. So that's good. Yeah. Peoria increased from 636 to 674, and Surprise went up from 844 to 901.
Okay.
A little closer to home here, Trilogy at Estancia, basically flat. We were at 30, we're at 31 now. Most affordable home, 520,000. Most expensive, 1,250,000.
To your point, it is going to be a good year for Trilogy, I feel like, though, because we are getting lots of calls. People making changes. I don't know if it's...
A lot of people moving.
People saying, hey, the market's still pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat in the ring, and I want to make some changes anyway.
Yeah, I think, they're seeing a downturn, and they're thinking, oh, finally, I've got a few homes to choose from. I'm not looking at 5 homes like I was last year. You
mean as far as buyers go?
As far as buyers, I think buyers that may have got on the sideline because it just was too expensive, they felt, and there wasn't enough inventory to choose from, so they have a little more bargaining, balanced market, and they have more inventory to look at. So I'm very optimistic that Trilogy is going to have a good year this year.
Definitely.
Estancia Village, they were at 49, they've ticked up 2, they're at 51. $379,000 is the most affordable. That's one of our townhomes here.
Oh.
And this is interesting. The highest priced is $1,299,744. They put a lot of thought into that one, obviously. This is actually a model leaseback out at North Point. So
haven't seen one of those in a while.
Right, we haven't seen that in a while, and it's usually a very attractive leaseback.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to buy now, anticipating that sales, the prices are going to continue to go up, which I'm sure they will, you can lock that in, get a lease back, and then when you are ready to move into the home.
Basically what happens is the builder continues to model it.
Mhm.
They sell it, but so you, the owner, sometimes you get the right to use the property, but not always.
Yeah, that's not on this model home.
Okay.
That's on like Trilogy was doing, where they were doing the stay and play, where they would let people come for like 3 days and just kind of experience the amenities.
Yeah.
You could do that, but then sometimes you would get to use the home yourself.
Right.
But that's not this case.
But not in this case.
This is model
they're probably
home.
just doing, so you're going to buy it, but you're leasing it back to the builder to continue to use as a model.
Right. Usually it's 2 years, sometimes 3, option to renew. So it just kind of depends on how soon the builder builds out their inventory.
Right. Usually 2 years nowadays, I feel like, is pretty maximum.
It kind of depends on the size of the community.
Well, I don't know. I feel like some of the appointments are obsolete, but maybe not.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Maybe not.
we don't know how big North Point's going to be, going forward, and whether they're going to model their next homes out of those same models, same
area.
sales. There's a lot of moving parts on that. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Blackstone Country Club, basically flat, 10 homes available. When we left, 9 now, $595,000 is the most affordable. $2,790,000 is the most expensive.
Woo. Bring your checkbook.
Bring your checkbook. Portobello was at 16. They're up to 23, so they've geared up quite a bit. $475,000 is the most affordable. $949,900 is the most expensive. Sun City Grand was at 61. They've jumped all the way up to 86.
Okay.
$340,000 most affordable. $875,000 the most expensive.
What's going on over there?
Sun City West is also up 20. They're at 156. $204,999 is the most expensive. $935,000 the most expensive. Did I say affordable? $204,999 most affordable.
Most affordable.
Westbrook Village basically flat. They were at 33 and they're now at 32. $274,900 the most affordable. $620,000 the most expensive. Also said I would start adding a little more detailed information on Trilogy. Trilogy at Estancia under contract. There are currently 13 homes.
Okay.
Trilogy at Estancia sold in the last 30 days, also 13.
Okay, lucky 13s.
Estancia Village under contract, 23 homes, and they have sold in the last 30 days 12.
Okay.
So that's up a little bit. That's good to see. Yeah. Okay, that's our report for this week. A little long-winded because we had a lot to cover. Everybody have a blessed week, and we look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care.
Have a good one. Testing 1, 2, 3. Your volume? Can you see it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I see it moving. Yeah.
I'm not going to have a whole lot of input. I'm just going to sit here.
Okay. I don't think I remember how to do this.
Well, we say what episode it is, and we thank everyone for joining us, and remind them to like and subscribe and all that.
Okay.
Say what episode it is. Did I say that already?
Is it 92?
92, yep.
Okay. All right, let's get the show in the room.
Okay.